Hi, we're at Burlington Dismas House. I'm Holly Rossi, and today is April 1st. I've been here since October 2023, and I am the assistant house director. So, a lot of direct services to clients, um, watching the house, maintaining the house, making sure that guys get to their appointments, making sure that they have any kind of services they need, documenting administrative functions, so a lot. Well, I was having a hard time at my last employ, where I'd been employed for 18 years. And I decided not to work there anymore, so I started to look for this. And first job came up was Dismas House. I thought it was a restaurant, but it turned out to be the job where I needed to be. Um, anyway, I applied because I thought it was, and my whole life, from a very young age, has been chaos. And so I know people need help when they're in chaos, and I want to help. That was pretty much it. And since I've been here, I see that I need to be here, because to be working in a dismissed house, you need to be genuine. You need to have had some kind of life experiences. You have to be able to be empathetic to those that are coming here, and understand the world that they're coming from, because it can be a different world altogether. Yeah. Just keep being human and keep being real and keep being honest, because that's what people need. Just keep loving, pretty much. So I think that when you forming relationships in front of others, it shows them that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to trust. It's okay to not feel guilty. It's okay to smile. It's okay, even though this is a serious business, right? But at the end of the day, like I just said, everybody's just human. They want that human touch. They want someone to be real with them. They want that's what they want, right? And that's what works. I mean, I haven't been doing this that long, but I do recognize that if you do things without the love, no, it's not going to work. It's just another number then. It's not a person. The first time that I came upstairs and I saw someone nodding out, that affected me very deeply. And I had to go downstairs, cry it out, then come back upstairs and handle it. And that brought a lot of memory, but it hurt. So, that moment. And then another moment where the person that we have a little special relationship. I don't want to say special because I don't want everybody else in the house to feel like our relationships are not special, but everybody knows, right? So this individual passed out, and we had to call 911, and I mean, everything was fine, but it was hard to see. So yeah, anytime I have to see someone else in pain or suffering, that's hard to see. Yeah.
So would you say you feel protective of
Yes.
the people who are at Dismas?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's like a family here, right? And so I wouldn't say I'm like a house mom, right? And so, I've got 6 kids, right? Well, now I've got 13. not kids, but I would like to say family, because this is what we push here, right? So you're creating that family dynamic, and so it gives a person that may have never seen an ounce of kindness, any love in the world, even parents that are present, and then you bring them here into a family environment. It can be a little overwhelming for them, but I think at the end of the day, it's so appreciated, because then you start to see it come back, and it's like, oh, okay, good, right? Yeah. So to acclimate an individual, it's really hard because someone could have been in jail for 10 years. They might have just spent a month. It doesn't matter. They were still in a place caged in, and then now you come home and you've got all of this, right? So when someone gets here to the house, of course I have to go through the paperwork and all the administrative, but my favorite thing to do with them is take them out in a car ride. Come on, let's go do some stuff that you want to do. What do you want to do? What do you want to eat? Because it's the smallest little thing that makes a difference, right? This guy or woman might not have had frosted flakes in 3 years. They want frosted flakes. Okay, come on, let's go get a box, right? And then that gives me the opportunity to really speak with the individual one-on-one. Hey, how you doing? Are you okay? Let them know we know how it might feel, and that we're here for them, right? Then other parts of that might be setting up appointments or going to CVOEO or things like that, just to get them a good start. We're trying to change a couple of things in the way that we work with DOC so that the individuals are a little more prepared when they get here. So that way it's not just like, okay, you're out, go find a job, bye. It's like, no, these are human beings, let's treat them as such, right? So, yeah. So, like I said, most of the day I spend administrative work, making sure they're going to the appointments, and then I like to spend that personal time with them. I show them their room. I bring them to the room, make sure it's nice and clean, bed is made, new bedding, and you treat someone like they deserve to be treated when they come into their house, because now this is their house, or at least until they find a permanent residence, right? And guys stay here for a while, so I want to welcome them home, basically. It's that feeling of giving to someone that may not have the opportunity you provide, whether it's sitting down with them at the dinner table or taking a walk with them or whatever it might be, right? I've seen some growth since I've been here, and I've been here, like I said, since the end of 23. I mean, just in the way that we run our program, in the ease of service. I think that it's gotten a little more where folks are a little more comfortable talking about themselves or what's going on, or they're being a little more honest. And I think it's because of the programming, and I think when you show people that you care, they'll show you something back, right? And I think it makes all the difference. Yeah, and so I think we're much more engaged now than when I first started. Well, we do a lot of activities in the house, so I try to make sure we're doing at least 1 or 2 activities a month. Camping is fun though. We'll be going again this year in June. Last year we spent 3 days in the rain, but it was great, I gotta tell you. And that's a really good time because you get to see the guys let their hair down, let's say, right? And they're like, okay, we're just human. We're not at the house. You're not staff right now, even though we are, right? But we're just gonna hang out and chill, because usually here I'm at work. You live here, right? But now we're at camp, and it was good. People were honest. People were open. People talked a lot. So yeah, camp did make a difference. It did, yeah. And just activities. I love doing activities with them because, you say, oh, well, that might be so childish. But you know what? You will see men in their 30s and 40s paint or, silk screen shirts, whatever it is, right? But it's something fun, and you introduce people to different things, and then they have different interests. So that's the hope, right? So, yeah. I just think it's important to know that at the end of the day, and I've said it like 3 or 4 times, just you, yourself as a staff, letting yourself be vulnerable for residents. That I think that's important. I think you being your authentic, true self, and that gives the residents opportunity. And I will say something else. That's a big reason I love this job, because I can be myself. I don't have to hide my past. I don't have to, I could just be me. I could come with my Brooklyn accent and everybody accepts that and it's okay, and nobody makes fun of it. So, yeah. So, Dismiss is a place of belonging for staff and residents alike. So, my past is more of self, and family and friends. I'm watching. My history is not a good one. My start wasn't a good one. And so I think that's what makes me so empathetic, because most of the abuses that I think some of these residents have gone through or are currently going through, I think I've touched those. So, yeah. So, history being a lot of drug abuse, alcohol. My mom was an alcoholic. I was very abused. I won't go into detail. My life started as an adult when I was 14 years old as a homeless person. So that started my chaos. So, you know, as I went through my life, I just tried to make every day better. And finally, when I got to my sixth child, I decided I couldn't do any of the things I was doing. I used substance for a couple of years, um, and I stopped. And I did not use the help of treatment center or anything because of the guilt, and I was ashamed. And so I kind of did it on my own. But that's my thing now. Is I want to let guys know that you don't have to be ashamed. That it's okay. And also just being the example. Like, look, I did it. I went from being a homeless, abused teenager to using, selling drugs, and just not being a good person in society, to come and turn it all around and do this. That's amazing. And you know what? Any one of these guys could do the same thing. Yeah, because back in the day, I was not a good person. But yeah, change could definitely happen. Second chances, I'm all for it.